playoff run. And I was hoping that with his comments about, the margins and things like that he made before the season, we're in first place now. I was truly hoping maybe he'll change his plan. His plan has to change because we're now in first place and we can go for it now. And he did not do that. And that, to me, is what's disappointing, is that I thought that he had another opportunity to completely shift based on what we were doing, and he didn't. And we should have gone for it. This is a year, you've said it, Rico, we have injuries all over the Eastern Conference, and we're in first place, and we should have been going for it. It felt like the moment, and we talked about this, felt like the moment when the Lions made the NFC title game. And we talked about it after that game. Okay, sure, they lost. They blew a 17-point game. But we all said they're ahead of schedule. And that offseason should have been something where you go do something. We're in first place. We're ahead of schedule for the Pistons, and he does nothing. That's disappointing.
Ahead of schedule in the East that's void of some superstars due to injuries. Okay. Because they're coming back.
We'll get to the callers next. I just wanted to make sure you have it's an open line system. If you want to rap about deadline day, where, I'm disappointed. I really hope the Pistons would make a move. And again, even if it was in the margins, even if it was a role player who fit, it's just the Kevin Huerter thing I struggle with. He's been bad for a couple of years. The early Kevin Huerter, hey, and maybe you can reignite it. But I don't want to do maybes. I wanted someone to pair with Cade that in the stretch of a fourth quarter, we can have a duo.
Proven commodity is what you want.
100%. Especially this is going to be your last go around before you got to pay Duran like he's Shaquille O'Neal. 248-539-9797. All right, stop ignoring the cold. Call the guys at Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Do a complete furnace checkup. Make sure it's running properly and safely. And right now, it's only $79. That's $30 off the regular price. Call today. Spots fill up quick. And don't forget Mastercraft. They do plumbing. They do generators. They do electrical. All at discounted prices. It's mastercraftheating.com. That's mastercraftheating.com. I tell you, David just yelled at us. Really hurtful. Let's get to the people, shall we? Let's go over to Jason, 97.1. Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Mike, Rico, thanks for taking the call.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jason.
Number one, I Had a Bad Day song sucks. Whoever played that
That's David.
should be smacked.
That's David.
Yeah, David, that was not very nice. That
That's
song
bad.
sucks. It makes everybody depressed. So anyway, all right. Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame because Major League Baseball are the height of hypocrisy when they allowed Palmeiro and McGuire and Sosa and everybody else to be on roids to save their sport.
That's right. They made money off them, and now 20 years later, I think we need to come down off of our ivory tower. They should all be in.
Yeah, they should all be in. Pistons, yes, very disappointed. It reminds me of the Lions, like David was saying. You have an opportunity to go to the NBA Finals, and hey, maybe you pull a going to work Pistons and you catch somebody sleeping and you win a title that you shouldn't have won. But I don't think they're going to do it now. And I think being in first place actually hurt them because they feel like there's no urgency. Now, the only thing I will say was the asking price for Porter Jr. too high? And I think it would be nice if Trajan Langdon came out and said, we looked at other players, but they were asking for our core players.
Yeah.
And that way I can say, okay, I wasn't willing to give up Thompson. I wasn't willing to give up a few of the other guys because we think that they're going to be really good. I would be okay with that. But if it was a matter of just giving up these expiring guys to go get that guy, Porter Jr., I would have done it. So it is disappointing. And then my last thing about Scooble, and I'm very surprised on your take. I know you don't want to be a hypocrite, Mike, because you asked them to spend and they did. But I remember being at those games last year against Seattle, and they lost two of those Scooble starts because they couldn't score a run. And if I had to guess, the Tigers had to set a record for leaving men in scoring position last year in the playoffs.
Especially in Game 5. Game 5, I felt like they left 78 people on base.
Yeah, so if they this is great, it's a start, but it's got to be a start because they have to add bats. Because if Torque, Baez, and McKinstry didn't have record starts, they wouldn't have even made the playoffs last year. So they got to add a bat. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. No, and Jason, there's no arguing it. I mean, the idea that they didn't want to add a right-handed bat of substance, okay, but now we have 3.5 months of regular season to figure it out. And McGonigal is not that. He doesn't hit from that side of the plate. We have got to take a look at this. And this is where Scott Harris, his feet are going to be held to the fire. This team has a very respectable payroll now. This team has expectations. If this offense falters to that level, he's going to have to be willing to part with some of his precious Fabergé eggs and fix it. So this is why I like the spending, because now your ass is in the jackpot. Now we get to do this. I'm tired of GMs in this town. They get away with murder. They get to do nothing. You can't even hold them accountable to anything because they don't do anything. Well, no, I respect it. And you're right. The offense is going to be the big question mark because I'm with him. I think Baez and McKinstry go right back to being who they are. So show me.
Yeah. I thought maybe Baez was going to be special last year. He was special for like 2 months.
Right. And again, he served an unbelievable purpose. He helped you when you needed him most. But whether, again, Parker Meadows had a terrible year. You know, Riley's got to clean it up.
Yeah, when you're pinch hitting for him.
By the end, he was unplayable against lefties. You can't earn a contract like that. Let's go to Mike, 97.1. Mike, how you doing, bud?
Mike, good. How are you?
Good, pal. What's on your mind?
I just want to say, I've been one of those guys who has been really just trashing ownership for the past few years about spending money. And today, I'm done with that. You know what? As I look at the payroll right now, I believe we're somewhere north of $225 million in payroll. And that, you can verify that if that's wrong. But what the signing showed me yesterday was that it's not necessarily the ownership doesn't want to give the resources to sign Scooble. It's that Boris isn't going to allow Scooble to sign an extension, or that Scooble just flat out doesn't care to be here. unless we pay him the king's ransom.
Yeah.
And you made a point a couple weeks ago. You said maybe Scooble's the bad guy in all this. Boris is out there taking the heat, but if we were willing to give Valdez $38 million over 3, I doubt they're not willing to give Scooble an extension over, maybe 6-7 years.
Right. There was a way it could have got
range.
done, but it has to be, and it's very similar to a Jose Ramirez. The player has to say, Scott, I want to be a Tiger for life. I do not care about setting the record. I will never be able to spend $250 million. Get me 5 at 250, and let's see if we can get to the table. That, by all accounts, hasn't happened. So that's why I did that topic a few weeks ago, Mike, because I hate this idea that as much as I wanted Scooble to win that arbitration, I'm not going to sit here and act like he's led around on a dog leash by Scott Boras. He's his own man.
Absolutely.
Figure it out.
Absolutely. The demands they're making, really, there's only 2 teams that could probably satisfy that demand. That's either going to be the Mets, maybe the Yankees, and the Dodgers. No one else is going to be able to shell out that kind of money to sign Scooble. So if that's the case, you really have no choice but to, you either trade him, which I don't think at this point from what they did yesterday is going to happen, but, you just ride it out at this point and you go for it all. You risk it for the biscuit this year.
That's it. And I'm glad they did. I respect it. And I can actually watch this and enjoy it versus knowing in my heart it's completely fake.
Absolutely. No. And hopefully they go for it. And you're right. At this point, this is Scott Harris's ballgame. If the offense is what it became towards the latter half of the season last year, then Scott Harris has no excuses. When you have a payroll of $225 million, we can't go and say, oh, ownership isn't willing to spend. No, ownership is giving you the resources. And now you as a GM, you need to go prove your worth and make it happen.
And to your point, it's the allocation of the resources. I mean, look, up until the Framber Valdez thing, the signing of Kenley Jansen, bringing back Finnegan, whatever that qualifying offer was to Glaber, they did spend money. I just didn't agree with how they spent it. Drew Anderson, when you really look at all of it, that's why I kept saying, guys, if you want to say you don't like what they bought, say it. But stop saying they're not spending. They are. This is different. When you drop essentially a $40 million bomb, no, that's real. You need multiple approvals to get that deal done. Right. That's not a trip to the pop stand.
Right. This isn't one of those. No, trust me on this one. You're going to like this guy.
Right. And one thing about Scott Harris, I don't want to turn this into the what Scott Harris has done in the past conversation, but, that Glaber Torres signing, I'm not even sure they thought Glaber was going to accept that deal. I don't even think they wanted him to.
I will go to my grave believing that, Mike. It made no sense. I think they wanted their comp pick. I think that and all of a sudden, that player went, oh, really? You do that for me? And Glaber sounded like Will Ferrell. I can feel it in my plums. Someone's going to pay me
I'm
$20.
going to say yes.
Okay. A bluish hue. 248-539-9797. All right. You're thinking about the big game this weekend? Cool. Paulson's Audio Video can help you with that. Your setup. You've been thinking about upgrading that TV, sound, whatever it may be. Paulson's got you covered. It's Paulson's Audio Video in Farmington Hills. They're going to help you redesign or just slightly upgrade, whatever works for you. And they don't just sell you equipment. They design the system, they install it, and then they follow up with product support. They're the best in class. That's how they've been doing it for over 30 years. It's Paulson's Audio Video, your technology partner, Farmington Hills. Call 248-553-4100 or go to paulsonsav.com. That's paulsonsav.com. Get back to the phones momentarily. Right now, just a little level set. I assume we have something football related, David?
That is incorrect, Michael.
Okay.
Decided to do something different today because of the Framber Valdez signing. It was very shocking, very surprising, came out of nowhere. Have a list here of the most shocking surprising personnel moves in Detroit history. Now, I do want to tell people this is in no particular order. We're just listing some things out, having some fun with some
This
stuff.
is just a grab bag of surprise.
How far back do we go? Do we know?
The Lions acquiring Dutch Clark.
Still the reason why you can't wear number 7.
We go all the way back to the bad boy days. All the way back to the bad boy days.
Oh, Rick Mahorn being told you're now a 76er.
Did not put that on the list.
Oh.
But you can consider that one. I'm sure there's some that we missed here. Let's start with the Shanahan deal. Shanahan was traded to Detroit for Paul Coffey and Keith Primo. That was pretty shocking.
Brendan Shanahan, noted Hartford Whaler.
Correct.
By that, I mean he was there for 10 minutes and realized, what am I doing in Hartford? Please, I want to leave immediately.
And then the NHL said, what are we doing in Hartford?
Yeah, but that's hurtful. That was everything charming about the old NHL.
I agree.
Damn it.
Move over to another Red Wing move that was kind of shocking. Maybe.
I love all the Red Wing moves are going to be 25 years ago.
Well, yeah, never mind. Chris Chelios traded to the Detroit Red Wings for Anders Eriksson and 2 first-round selections.
And that's where callers and fans, I'll never root for Chet. All right, Chelios is a Red Wing.
Wait, he's our guy?
Question mark?
3 cups? Okay.
All right, you know what?
He's fine with that.
Let's go get some chili.
But it's proof positive. It doesn't matter who the player is. If you acquire, it's case in point.
If he's yours, he's yours.
Yes, you can hate Dylan Brooks all you want in the NBA. If Dylan Brooks landed with the Pistons, he'd be a superstar here.
Him. Yeah.
Tough, gritty.
He's an agitator.
Yeah.
He's a pain in the ass. But if he's your pain in the ass, you're very excited.
Next on the list here, this player here had signed a contract extension with the Detroit Tigers about a year or 2 before he was then dealt to the Yankees in 2010. That was Curtis Granderson.
That was surprising. He was a fan favorite here.
He was.
I thought it was going to work out okay. Not really for me. I thought the ballpark was designed for him, but
it didn't work out. Yeah.
Not the way I had hoped.
Let's move over to a couple Pistons moves here in a row here. Let's go to Blake Griffin. Traded to the Detroit Pistons. I know the results didn't work out. They made the playoffs. It really wasn't
the
great.
Results didn't work out because it was a road to nowhere.
Yes. It was.
But remember the story. A couple months prior, Jerry West at the time, I think, was running the Clippers. They walked Blake into the arena and they lit up the rafters with his number retired up there. He was going to be a Clipper for life.
Yep.
Commercial break. You're traded.
Yeah.
Nasty business.
Like it was literally like that. Yeah.
Nasty business.
Yeah.
And I want to be respectful. It was never about Blake. Blake gave it all.
Oh, yes,
he went out there on one leg for this team.
Yes, he did.
I was about to say, it was just, he was never healthy, and it was never going to work.
Next on the list, one more Pistons move here.
Theo Ratliff.
It was a combination of Grant Hill and Allen Houston leaving Detroit.
Yeah, Grant Hill leaving, I thought this team was going to take a step back. And this is where you never know where the basketball gods are going to send you. You didn't know that the Grant Hill deal was the genesis of the going to work Pistons, that the people that they got back, like, really? Ben Wallace? Because I forgot somebody turned down the trade. And
John Amici.
Yeah, and they threw
Orlando didn't want to put him in the deal.
Yeah.
They gave you Wallace.
So, nope, I remember that.
Just to include the Spartans and the Wolverines in this, we have Sharon and Tucker both being fired out of nowhere.
I think the surprising move was actually landing the white whale of Jim Harbaugh. Their pursuit, you had heard about Harbaugh for years. Can't get him. He's not coming home. He's not coming home.
After his comments,
they finally got him.
And they did it real secretive, and I guess for state, the whole Cleveland.
John was on the committee. Oh. John was the up north expert. He had a whole presentation about why coming home was good.
Are you being serious?
100%.
Oh. I was going to say, yeah, and just the whole Cleves thing going back and forth between the two schools.
Whose SUV was that flipped and said
Trailer.
tractor trailer?
I think it was grandma.
I thought it was Mo Taylor. All right.
Oh, well,
Either way, that
some
car
Taylor.
accident.
No, you know what? I think it was Mo Taylor.
Car accident sent him to state.
Next on the list here, we have David Price
Yes.
being traded to and from the Detroit Tigers.
I was electric that day when they got him. I used to love David
yes.
Price.
Yeah.
He
Loved him.
pulled, what was it, Austin Jackson off the field
Yeah.
from center field.
Yep. And that was back when we were accustomed. That was an era of the Tigers. We were accustomed to landing big players, landing big moves, big trades, big thing. I almost dropped dead when they were able to trade Prince Fielder for Ian Kinsler.
Well, see, that's just it. That's the one I was waiting for was Prince Fielder. Like
That is on the list. Prince Fielder signing a 9-year, $214 million deal.
because that's what. Wait, we got who?
Yeah, and then you were able to trade him when he looked like Nordberg in The Naked Gun, wheelchair and a neck brace. And you're like, wait, Texas just took this guy?
Yeah, so this one was David Price to and from. You can say Prince signing and then being traded from.
Both parts of the Prince
yeah.
Fielder experience were equally stunning.
There's another one I'm waiting for, David.
Chauncey Billups being traded
Chauncey
for Allen
family.
Iverson.
Woo!
That was after what, 6 or 7 straight Eastern
That was like
Conference
10
finals?
years too late, and you traded them both as grandparents.
Joe was hell bent on getting AI here. I don't care. He's discounted. Great. Won't cost us as much. Bring him here. Joe will never play. Don't care.
This one here probably be excited Kenny when it happened. It was Dominic Hasek being traded to Detroit.
It wasn't even just Dominic Hasek. It was also Luke Robitaille
Yes.
and Brett Hull all coming to town.
That was
They
a crazy offseason.
Exactly. They had stacked Hall of Famers. They won a cup because of it.
Did that 02 Wings team? How many Hall of Famers? 12?
They had like 3 lines of Hall of Famers and a goalie and defenseman and everybody.
Poor Carolina. Poor Archer Zerbe.
Archer Zerbe.
They never, well, and again, they couldn't even paint the guy's mask.
Rob the Bod.
What a low rent franchise.
Euro trash.
Hey, noted Spartan Rod Brindamore. You watch your mouth.
Next here we have Adrian Dantley traded.
I wasn't here for this one.
It's a long time ago. This
I
is the
know.
bad boy years.
That was AD. We need to talk and bring everything with you. Go ahead and clean out your locker. But I'm one of the best players on this team. Well, you were. Isaiah wants his boy here. And
You're out.
Yeah. Well, and if we happen to win, we'll ship you your ring.
And then the last couple here, you have Matthew Stafford being traded to the LA Rams.
I remember that. That was, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I was driving, had to pull over to stop to check. Like, wait, Matthew Stafford is gone. The Matthew Stafford. For who? Jared Goff and picks?
And then the last one here is Rasheed
There
Wallace
it
being
is.
traded to the Detroit Pistons.
And they
for
got
a bag of
a
Skittles.
bag of balls. They traded, what was it? Zellico Rabrace. I think he had a heart
Chucky
condition.
Atkins.
Yeah. It was a joke. And then they trade Mike James, but then get him right back?
No, that was Lindsey they traded.
Yeah.
Got
Lindsey.
him back, but they got Mike James in the deal
Right.
with Rasheed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they basically told Lindsey, just sit at home for the weekend. We're going to bring you right back.
Lindsey was Chris Paul.
Yes.
You don't have to report.
no.
We'll take you back.
Except the team actually liked him.
Correct.
And Rasheed flew up from where? What team did he play for 12 hours?
The Atlanta Hawks. Yes. like he would ever have sat there.
The rarest throwback jersey ever, the Sheed Hawks jersey.
That don't even exist.
One.
That is your most surprising personnel moves. 97-1.
Brought to you by Michigan Lottery. Tigers ace Tarek Skubal has now set an arbitration record, winning his case today. He'll earn a $32 million salary, surpassing the $31 million just a couple off seasons ago. He smashes the pitching record set by David Price of the Tigers at that time as well, $19.5 million. Detroit's payroll for pitching only, now just $5 million short of the entire Twins roster. Pistons didn't make any more trades before the 3 p.m. trade deadline. Saric and Mathurin did swap homes as the Pacers and Clippers agreed on a deal. That was one of the later ones. Pistons lead the league in single-digit victories. They had another one last game against the Nuggets. Asar Thompson was asked what the team has learned competing in those games lately. Kevin Huerter is active tonight as they host the Wizards at LCA. Pregame at 6:35 with yours truly right here on 97.1. Michigan basketball has just one loss this season. They're back on the court against Penn State tonight at 6:30 at home. NFL Network reporter Tom Pelissero saying that the Lions have promoted Steve Oliver as their tight ends coach. He's been an offensive line assistant the last 3 seasons. At the Corwell Health Sports Desk, I'm Jeremy Otto. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
Bluish hue. All right, so let's reset everything. Tigers from the clouds. I think it's a moment we've all waited for. If you've questioned Chris Ilitch and Scott Harris and the front office and their sincerity in really trying to win, last night is the move you waited for. And whether you like Valdez or love him, I leave that to you. When you go out and you make a major push and you pay a guy an AAV of $38 million a year, and you lost the arbitration to Skubal, payroll sitting in or around $200 million, job well done. Because now we get to take it serious. Now we don't have to act like you're trying to steal something or fake your way through it. You've added arguably the top 1-2 in the AL. I have immense respect for it. That's no small thing. Now, just remember, though, yesterday, Rico and I were talking, and I told you, I'll never root for a team in an arbitration to somehow demean their player. The money's there. That reporting from Ken Rosenthal and others, well, if they lose the arbitration, they won't be able to get a pitcher. Boulder Dash. And the Tigers went out and showed you the money was there. Mm-hmm. There's had to be a will to match it. So this is their all in. Sure, can we have a conversation? And Rico's made several good points about, yeah, there were other ways they could have done this. This was kind of a circuitous route, but the result's the result. I think you have every right to talk World Series. You now have one of the best rotations in the AL, and you get one last go around with Tarek Skubal. That's all I wanted. Sure, would I rather have had Bo Bichette? Yes. Well, guess what? This isn't a movie. I can't change it around. I'll take what I can get. Mm-hmm. So we started with that. The other one, NBA trade deadline. Pistons do nothing. And your level of disappointment in that. And again, it could be none. Maybe you're one of these Tobias Harris truthers and you like it the way it is. It's your prerogative. They needed to at least get better in the margins. And they didn't. There is absolutely no guarantee that it is not a net negative going from Ivy to Huerter. You will need a Huerter that hasn't been around in years. Could it happen? Sure. But that's not the move.
No, it was not. And I actually thought that they were going to make the move. I actually thought, listening to Bickerstaff talk the other day, I thought maybe he knew something. He made it seem like, hey, when you're there, you got to do something. And I bought in, and I'm a little disappointed that your only move was to find something for Jaden Ivey. That's it. So good luck. Now this is the team. Now for those who wanted to keep all your players and you didn't want to move anybody, and
you win.
Uncle T, he's the glue of the team. Well, you got him. Good luck with that.
So, Framber Valdez, Tigers, is this a perspective-changing move? For me, it is. It allows me to treat the Tigers as something real versus just an unserious organization. That's a major move. Credit is due. As far as the Pistons, we've said it. It's just not good enough. And they can still get to the finals, but again, you had the right contracts, you have the right young players, you have the right draft picks. To come away with nothing, not even a minor move, okay, do it your way. Do whatever you like. David, your thoughts? Did we miss anything? Text, where do you want to go?
I want to hear from the people.
Great. That means David doesn't want to talk. We'll go to David, who does want to talk. 97.1. Hi, David.
Hey, what's up, guys? First-time caller.
Welcome.
So I totally disagree on the Pistons. Let's walk through this for a second. So first of all, got to be the hardest GM job in pro sports because you only get one shot at this. You can only say F them picks once, right? So let's say we got Porter Jr., and it doesn't work out for whatever reason. You still got a core that hasn't won a playoff series yet. Every NBA champion has gone through the process of building through the playoffs. Let's let these guys have a couple shots at this. And I mean a couple. They're not going to win the NBA championship this year. No one goes from not winning anything to winning the whole thing in the NBA. It just doesn't happen. These guys got to grow into this. And so I just think if you play your cards this year, you're not playing them next year. You don't have any first-round picks left.
Well, first of all, no one's making that kind of deal. Like what you're talking about is a Rudy Gobert 4 first-round pick Death Star. No one's doing that.
Well, what were they saying for Porter Jr.?
Might have been two
I
picks.
thought was a couple first-rounders.
Yeah, might have been 2 picks. I don't worry about
What
that.
are you doing next year if it doesn't work out, if his back goes out on you?
Well, hold on. You got to stop with the back thing. You're going back to his rookie year. That hasn't been an issue in years now. Come on. David, that's not fair. The guy's having an all-star caliber season, length, shooting, perfect Robin to your Batman. And David, fine, flip the coin and let's do it the other way. What if it does work?
Is there a team that has not won a series and then won the NBA championship the next year? I don't know.
I don't know. It's not Stump the Schwab, David.
The odds that this is going to be the first team ever?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So by your methodology, which is not outer space, you're not crazy for feeling the way you do. I don't think you're seeing it totally clearly. David, by your line of thinking, would they not grow from making a run to the NBA Finals this year by having a move made with a player who is signed through next year? I'd argue it fits your process.
Yeah, but you only get to get your seed once. We got our seed when we were ready for our seed. We're not ready for our seed.
Okay, so it's not now. And this summer, by the way, the free agent crop is god-awful, and I'm sure you've looked. So you won't be doing it this summer. So then when? Alert me when I get to want to move. That's the folly in that line of thinking, is that there's never going to be a perfect time.
And David, here's the thing.
David,
hold on.
with that.
David, you're worried about the picks, but your picks are at the bottom of the draft who will end up on your G League team. They're not coming in and playing for you.
He's talking about being able to trade.
I don't want to draft anyone. Are you kidding me? We don't need another young guy on this team. I want to package 3 or 4 of them up and get Rashid.
So I'll ask you again. Okay, so we're going to go into the draft this year. And let's say, fine, we didn't make a move. Let's say they win a playoff series and then get aced out, right? What are you doing with the pick? You selling it?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Then David, that's fine. You kick the can down the road. I don't want to go that way. It's not.
Then let's also go back to what was it? What was the year Tayshaun Prince shows up in the playoffs? And I just remember I was in high school, right? And I'm like, this guy comes out and just turns a switch. And we see a new version of that guy that just grows into a role. Mm-hmm. I want to give Holland a chance to do that. I want to give Thompson a chance to do that. Let's see what we've got. We don't even know what we've got right now.
Yeah, I think you do know what you have, and you're a player away. That's the difference. I actually feel like the Pistons are ahead of where you do, and that's okay. I don't. Obviously, no one's yelling here. David, I see your perspective. I just think they're ahead of what you're giving them credit for. And one player, yeah, let's be Indiana. Let's get to the final. Let's get to a Game 7. I think this team with one more piece, because, David, you know this. Closing out games in the regular season is one thing. Closing them out in the playoffs is another. Cade can't do this by himself. I mean, you saw it the other night against Denver. That's a 2-point game when you're up by 20 because you're busy with G League scrubs taking big shots. That he needs help. But if you want to give it a run, give it a run. And you know what, David? I like the fact you said it. You want a mega deal. I don't know that a mega deal was available. Michael Porter Jr. wouldn't have been a mega deal. And if that's what the Nets wanted, I don't do the deal. Totally fair. But I can't sit here and keep waiting. The East is yours now. You know when it won't be yours? Next year. Indiana is back. The Celtics will be back. Like, it is going to be more difficult.
See, but here's the thing, and a flaw to me in his call, he brings up Tayshaun. Tayshaun wasn't the first, second, or third option, and it was a different NBA back then. So it's totally different, and
David, it's okay. Just speak. Relax.
I'm just frustrated with fans that say we don't need to make moves. We need to make moves, okay? That's what we need to do.
I treated last year as the learning experience. And I think this year it's about making a deep, meaningful run. And it's a lot like the Tigers. If you're looking around the division and going, these people ain't serious, that's how I feel about the Pistons. They have a right to say we own the East.
Yep.
Let's go take it.
But owning the East in February is not owning the East in May.
No, and again, Vegas is telling you that. You're not the favorite. You're not even the second choice. And again, does it mean they're right? No, games are played on the court. But they're also not in the business of being wrong. 248-539-9797. We'll get more of the people. I want to keep it timely so David doesn't hurl more obscenities my way. Listen, if you're in the market for a new ride, know the name, Moran Buick GMC of Sterling Heights. This is Moran's newest location. It's now open on Van Dyke, just south of 18 Mile, and they are setting the standard for how car buying should be done. It's Moran Buick GMC of Sterling Heights, the premier Buick GMC dealer in the area, and it's focused on one thing, giving customers the experience they deserve. No games, no pressure, no BS. So if you're in the market for a GMC Sierra, a Yukon, a Terrain, or a Buick SUV, start at Moran. It's your one-stop shop. So check them out, Moran Buick GMC of Sterling Heights on Van Dyke, just south of 18 Mile, or shop anytime online at MoranExpress.com. That's MoranExpress.com. It's Moran Buick GMC. We are professional grade. All right, I want to get to the callers. Just one other note: Scooble winning his arbitration. It does kind of show you the folly. I'm very pleased the team did not allow it to impact the pursuit of a Framber Valdez. But Rico, we said it from Jump Street. How the hell did they walk in that room making essentially the same offer that David Price got 11 years ago and think they had a chance in HELL hell of winning that arbitration?
I don't know. I mean, the only thing they could say is, hey, baseball sent us here and said, this is the price. Really?
No, this isn't Moscow. It's not how that works.
Like, we would have offered more, but it was recommended by Major League Baseball. This is the price that and it's a great price. I mean, it'll be, no. You had no chance of winning this thing.
Not at that price point, no. So it just, again, I'm happy that Scooble got his money. He deserves it. And honestly, I'm never going to root for a team to screw a player. I don't like the arbitration system.
No.
I understand it was collectively bargained. I didn't bargain it. I don't like it.
And see, I'm glad he got his money too, because it would have been a very awkward situation that he loses. You're paying him $19 million, and you just signed Valdez for pretty much $40 million.
Correct.
A year.
Let's go to Jeff, 97.1. Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Mike, before I get to my point, can I just ask you, what egregious drop did you play during Otto's update that made that happen?
Oh, we have an Otto drop of the Mike Breen thing. And what Otto's hilarious is he's so professional, but if you play a drop, he unravels. He crumbles. He just can't. He just falls to the floor. So we mess with him. It's fun.
It's hilarious. I crack up every time you play it. About the Valdez signing, I think kudos to Scott Harris for finally being the first general manager in town, and not listen to Dan Campbell telling him we're good and just signing somebody finally and like making a big solid move, which also was my point about the Pistons. Like, come on, this was our year. Like, why didn't we do anything?
I don't know. I mean, Jeff, that's again, it doesn't have to be a 5-star move. You got to do something. You can improve. Even Trajan's words about improving in the margins. The Pistons are a bad 3-point shooting team. They don't take enough. They don't make enough. And that's going to bite you in the ass the way the game is played. And I understand, like, they play a hard-nosed brand of ball. They want to make it tough on you to score, and they can grind you down. And, JB made the point of, well, the 2-pointers still count. Yeah, they do, except you're playing a bygone era of basketball. There are ways to get better. I don't understand why they chose not to. But you know what?
I don't either.
Trajan said it from the beginning. We're not going to skip steps. So maybe they'll start refunding you guys money, I guess, as they choose not to skip steps.
Wait, what?
If only.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, though. This was your year to own the East. Could they still get it done? Of course. That's why they play the games.
Refund you money,
Yeah.
man.
You get my point.
I
love Jeff, give me 1 second. But Rico, you know what I'm saying to Jeff in the previous call. I love when callers try to defend a team's timeline. Oh, I'm sorry. Does that mean reduced ticket prices for you?
It's funny because I've had this conversation with people like, you just got to be patient with them. They're not patient with you. As a matter of fact, by the time they hit that zenith, you're paying probably about another 30, 40% of what you're paying right now.
Yeah, or in the case of Lions fans, like 300%. Jeff, appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much, pal. We'll go to Dwayne. You know what I'm saying.
Yes.
I love when fans have that point of view. Teams can have it because they're the operator of the business. I love when the customer goes, no, seriously, it's okay. Take your time with the food.
Yeah.
In fact, serve me in 3 days.
It's going to be a while, and you can't always rush and, forget about F them picks. And we got something we're building.
Well,
it's
good.
like,
Then they should have dynamic ticket pricing that until they get serious, it's just a community hangout.
yeah.
Let's go to Dwayne, 97.1. Dwayne, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man.
So I was just thinking, like, with the Valdez pickup and the signing, does that make Tarek Skubal potentially available for a trade, in your guys' opinion? I think it does.
Tell me why, and then I'll tell you why I'm not there.
Well, I mean, the wins kind of match up. He's a powerful, power throwing lefty. I mean, it's almost like, obviously it's not plug and play compared to the Skubal being the Cy Young winner. but it fills the void. And even if the Tigers are a little bit worse than last year, there's still a darn good chance they're going to make the playoffs.
Right, but why would you trade Skubal after handing Valdez that money? That's what made you take the leap into being a serious World Series contender. Why would I deal him now? Now, had they lost the arbitration and dealt him, that's a different conversation, not a pleasant one.
I think the only way you trade Skubal, Dwayne, if Boris is just like, there's no way in hell he's coming back here. So either enjoy this ride, and when it's over at the end of the year, we're not coming back. Maybe that's what, you know what? All right, let's get something for him. But I kind of think that Dwayne, just, buckle up, and we're in this thing to the end of the season. And at the end, we'll deal with it, and maybe he comes back, maybe he doesn't.
I mean, as a fan, I'm super excited. So it's a good thing. I mean, it's good for Tigers baseball. However, I mean, I don't want to give Skubal up for nothing. And
you're not going.
I still don't think like this roster with the bats is beating the Dodgers in a 7-game series.
No. Listen. No one is saying it makes you a favorite to go to the World Series, even in the American League. What the conversation needs to be is, can we get there? Once you get there, anything can happen. Do I need to bring you back to last year's World Series? Do I need to bring you back to the ALCS? This is a team that hasn't won the division. This is a team that hasn't. I don't want to hear about the welfare wild card 3-game Monty or the ALDS. You haven't even reached the CS. This is about a meaningful run.
No, it's just funny. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you haven't reached the CS.
I love how fans grade these moves like somehow the only move that counts is if I become what? The overwhelming favorite where the Dodgers become Kansas State and I'm Alabama. That move doesn't exist. What, are you going to dig up the bones of Babe Ruth? Like, okay, fine. Here's Soto, Judge, and Ohtani in a package deal. Like, just get there and then play the effing games.
Thank you. That's why I'm upset with the Pistons. It's the same. You just put yourself in a position to get there. I'll worry about that when I'm there. The Dodgers, everyone talks about what the Dodgers are, and yet they still almost didn't win it.
The Dodgers should have lost, if we're being honest.
Thank you. Just get there.
Right. How about win the division?
You get there because here's the thing. If you want to see what it looks like when you don't make that move, I'm looking at Allen Park, where you could have made moves.
Right.
You didn't make moves.
If you get to 90 wins, you should win this division by 8-9 games. I really think the rest of this division is going to struggle to be 500.
Fair.
It's pathetic. And you know what you did?
You
did with the Pistons.
Off of those guys.
Yeah, and guess what? You outspent the rest of the division. You go, you know what? If you jokers aren't serious, too bad. We're going to rub your face in boo-boo. Mm-hmm. That's how I want them to act. That's why I'm happy. Like, despite what like some people may think, no, I want to be able to say nice things.
No, right.
I get tired of being pissed.
Yeah, you can bring Milton along slowly. He doesn't. Yeah, I like the move. I was shocked.
We're all shocked. Look at him on it. Look at Rieger. He's shocked.
Well, I thought Rieger. I'm like Rieger.
Rieger, did you chew it and do it last night? Okay, you can't do that on camera. That's not That's not an acceptable gesture on camera.
It was a great night. You got yourself another pitcher, and Michigan State lost the basketball game. I mean, just beautiful day.
and much like Larry Bird, he's just walked off the court in the 3-point contest. Mm-hmm. It's the truth. It's about time somebody in this town did it. My plums. That should be Scott Harris when he shows up at the Coney with the rest of his GMs. I can feel it in my plums.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to upgrade the Coney. We headed to the Rams horn.
I'll leave that alone.
Tex here says, what is it with sports in this city of Detroit? It's like they don't want to make big trades. We finally are good all the way around in every sport, but not one of the teams wants to pull a trigger on a big trade.
I like how Indiana had their whole year sabotaged, and yet they made a blockbuster move to be ready for next year. Meanwhile, you're at the top of the standings, and you sat there with crickets playing.
Indiana has 13 wins, and they're like, Yeah, let's go for next year.
But they're setting this thing
no,
up.
thank you.
Hopefully, we win the lottery. We can get a pick. They're going to hit the ground running. And guess what? The best record in the East won't be that easy next season.
Oh, no, it won't. No, it won't. The Knicks will still be there. Boston will be there. Philly will probably be better. Miami will probably be better. And Detroit will just be in the middle of that.
The
Orlando
team
figures it out.
Well, that was
Orlando,
the one. I'm not out of time with that. I'm just growing impatient. That has not fit the way it should on paper.
Yes.
There's an opportunity that they get it right at the right time of year. I'm not giving up on Orlando based on talent.
See, but let me say this, because I'm sure there's people in the back saying, see, that's why you don't. No, that's not why you don't make a move. You still try. They try, and it still may work for them. Right now, there's just a struggle.
David, here's the thing about making a move. You have two classes of people. You have those who realize that's just the ticket that you pay to try to win a championship. And then you have others where you made the move and didn't win. So what did you get
What
out
you have
of
is
it?
weak fans and real fans. That's what you have, okay?
You know what, David?
I'm tired of the weak fans. Oh, we need to not make a move. We need to make a, because if you're waiting on a big move like the caller, David, earlier, that big move may not appear. It may not happen.
By the time you make the big move, it's Allen Iverson, but it's about 7 years too late.
Well, the other thing too, while we talk about, like, for instance, a team like Orlando where multiple starters have missed 10, 12. I think in the case of Wagner, it was like 15, 20 games. Pistons have been pretty healthy. Mm-hmm. Hate to see the injury bug strike. It's just, you got to.
We got Dennis Jenkins. Woo, yay.
Well, you got Dennis for 49 games. We're going to hold off on that 50th for a little bit.
Oh, this town and their affinity for role players. You got to love it. All right. 248-539-9797. David, any texts before we get to a little football day?
None.
David has told me to bleep myself. Between Rieger's hand gesture and your remarks, I don't. If your church knew the way you spoke to me in the talkback,
Bro, Rieger's on something. I'm telling you, he's double dose.
They signed Valdez. Rieger greets his wife.
You done?
Maybe. Go ahead. I won't mess with you.
All right, it's big game week, and Fanatics is officially cooking. They teamed up with Kendall Jenner to deliver fans a 100% moneyline profit boost on the big game. All you got to do is decide whether you're riding with Kendall or betting against her in the Kardashian curse. And when it comes to big moments like the big game, fair play makes all the difference. Fanatics protects all your player props bets from first half injuries, plus hundreds of markets, live betting options all game long, every prop that you care about, passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards. Betting with Fanatics Sportsbook for the big game is a no-brainer. Bet on the curse and protect your bets only with Fanatics, America's fastest growing sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Max wager applies. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app. Hashtag Fanatics Sportsbook Partner.
Well, I tell you, Natalie attired Jeremy Otto has sauntered into the studio. A little speaking engagement today, Kenny.
This is my CEO outfit.
It's
yes.
amazing. Spoke to the DEC today. Unbelievable. Now listen,
Jeremy loves the kids.
I want to mix a couple things in, and we'll get to it. But right now, let's see how David is going to punish us here. Is this about football?
By the numbers.
In a way, it is about football. Today is the 20th anniversary of Super Bowl 40 that was in Detroit.
Winterfest.
Winterfest was down there. Everything was going on downtown. Snoop Dogg was doing concerts down there in tents, and there was a lot of things going on downtown. It snowed, actually.
Lots of building wrap.
Saturday before the Super Bowl, it did snow.
Wrapped all the buildings like presents so they looked occupied.
So I wanted to get to some...
It's true.
I know.
I wanted to go
It's the best
through
the city's ever looked.
some facts here, some things that happened in 2006.
Okay.
Now, when
Kenny was born.
I was looking some stuff up, and this part kind of was eerie for me. Where's the Olympics this year?
Italy.
It was also in Italy
Yeah,
in
it was
2006.
it was
Turin.
in Torino.
Yeah.
Yep.
That kind of was eerie to me. It was a great year for Italy because they also won the World Cup in 2006.
Oh.
Mamma mia.
That's
A spicy meatball.
Right. I was waiting for it. Get it out of your system. You got any other pizza box commentary?
I feel very uncomfortable and
Yeah, all of 06, I walked around with a pepperoni necklace. Okay, anything else, Kenny? Maybe in your youth you had the little chewable the puka shells that were chewable. Mine were super sod. Okay, get it out of your system.
With the way you
Go ahead, redneck Jesus. Anything else?
with the way, Mike, you feel about Kenny right now, Kenny has a fact that happened in 2006. Probably what you would want to do to him right now.
Okay.
This is where Dick Cheney shot his friend in the face during the hunting accident, hunting quail.
Oh yeah, and kept hunting.
He did. He kept hunting.
It was like the car's over there if you're hurt, but I'm still hunting.
I got
I'm
tiny
not done
birds to shoot.
Jeez.
Also in 2006, a couple video game systems were released. The PlayStation 3 was released in November, which was the craze for the Christmas crowd. And Xbox 360 was released early that year in March.
Oh my God.
Yes.
How old do we feel? Shout out the Red Rings of Death. Remember that first batch of 360s that came out? They all died.
Yes, they did.
That was dude. People were looking for those things for like 9 months.
On the social media platform, Twitter began in 2006.
Ugh, dark day in human history.
And MySpace was so popular that it became the most visited website in the U.S.
Really?
Yes, in 2006.
Hey, how about this one? I read this the other day on just Super Bowl ticket pricing. I don't want to rob David. Do you know what the average ticket cost to go to the Super Bowl here in Detroit in 06 versus today where it's almost $7,000?
About $350.
About $650.
$650. Okay.
But it shows you, how do we go from $650 to $7,000?
Correct.
20 years. The hell we doing?
Just for you, Rico, something very important in the space world happened in 2006, and it was that Pluto was declared a dwarf planet.
Yes, it was dying. It did not meet the minimum requirements. It got downgraded. It got relegated.
Relegated.
Wait, what?
Pluto.
It's not a planet.
It's not a planet.
And that was when it named it not a planet in 2006.
Scientists argued and said that it was a dwarf planet. It was shrinking, and therefore it's no longer going to be a planet.
That's not a planet?
Not anymore.
Welcome to 2006.
and trust me,
sorry, I missed it in the Space Daily.
our arguments have still been going on. Like, there are people like, no, it's always going to be a planet.
They still argue that
So
today.
it's kind of like Michigan State football. No longer a football program.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Sure.
MSU and Pluto. Spirit animals.
They run the same amount of touchdown plays.
They do. Pluto's won as many Big Ten championships. Hey, Rico, nice job in Minnesota last night.
Okay, so
Let's go.
He hits the Italian music and you attack me.
I'm not attacking you.
Boy.
I attacked
it's
Pluto.
Not just the helmets.
Listen, we ain't got time for no dwarf planets.
So
it ain't just the helmets. He attacked you.
Oh my God.
The most Googled thing in 2006 was gas prices.
What the hell were they in
Could
06?
you guess what they possibly were in 2006?
$1.50?
No, too low.
I don't know.
I was about to say gas prices at that time was probably about $2.80.
It was $2.59.
Okay.
$2.59. We were in the middle of a war still, so it was still high.
Buddy, we've been in the middle of a war every year for like 100 years.
We have. Wow.
We're everywhere. We're Team America, World Police.
Top song in 2006. I'm not going to have you guess because you will never get this. I don't even know if this artist still is out there anymore. Daniel Powder, Bad Day.
Who?
Exactly.
Who the hell's Daniel Powder?
I don't know, but we all know the song, Had a Bad Day, all of that stuff.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, is that the song that when it like
Oh
pictures?
my God, no.
When like you rock a picture off the
Hopefully
mound.
they deported that guy. That song's a travesty. Bunch of garbage. That song plays every day I walk through these doors.
So, the highest grossing film globally in 2006.
Give us a hint. Come on, let us play along here. 20 years since the Super Bowl in Detroit.
Think about my favorite type of rum.
Yeah,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, Dead Man's Chest. That was number one.
Kenny's favorite rum. He gave it away. Pirates rum. Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm impressed.
Gave it away. Thank you, Kenny. Great hint.
Then you have The Da Vinci Code, Ice Age 2, Casino Royale, and Night at the Museum.
Casino Royale was excellent.
Yes, it was.
Excellent.
Yes, it was.
Night at the Museum. What the hell is that?
Mexico was good.
Night at the Museum with
Robin
Vince-
Williams,
yeah, Robin
And
Williams
Ben
in it.
Stiller.
where the things
Ben
come to
Stiller.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, all
They
the
come to
museum
life in
pieces
the
come
museum
to
at
life
night.
at night. And he was the night guard.
So it's a kid's movie.
Family
Not
movie.
really.
Yeah, they had three of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not really a kid's movie, but yeah.
All right.
It's adult jokes in there.
Got it.
So here's the part where I want to have a little fun here because we all know, again, the Super Bowl is here. So we know the Steelers won that Super Bowl. Let's see who won the other championships in that year. And let's start with baseball.
That was the Cardinals beating the Tigers.
That was the Cardinals.
Anthony
beating the-
Reyes flat brim.
Yes. Tigers swept the Athletics with the Maglio home run and then lost 4-1.
The Tigers are going to the World Series.
St. Louis Cardinals. Yes.
I was just thinking that.
Something else that happened in baseball, and it will never get honored in Cooperstown ever. He will never make the Hall of Fame. It is Barry Bonds hit 7-15 that year.
Buddy, if you go back and look at the pinnacle of Barry Bonds, that guy was putting up on-base percentages of like 500.
Mike, when the pitcher would just say, bases are loaded, I'm walking you. I'm not going to throw you the ball. But you're going to walk in the tying run. Don't care. That's when you know. I mean, because he walked up to the plate in full body armor and was just like, yeah, just.
Well, and it's amazing, too, is like, imagine in today's world, the way things work now, the dude's head was like twice the size it used to be in real time.
Correct.
He turned into a comic book character.
Yeah.
So let me move over here to the NFL because there was a signing.
Age 45 season. Age 41 season in 06. Just to back up what David's saying, the guy still had 26 homers and 77 RBIs. He still drew 115 walks for an on-base percentage of .454. His peak was 2 years prior. Well, his second best season, 2 years prior, he had an on-base percentage. This is stupid.
Yeah.
On-base percentage of .609. His OPS was 1422.
Yes. Mike, it always amazed me. He comes up to the plate and they're loaded. You know what?
Lanta.
Not him.
Yep.
Runs coming in. But we're losing. Don't care. We're only losing by one.
Do you realize he had a run from 1992 to the day he retired? He did not have a season with an OPS under 1,000. Roids or not. That's why he didn't need to do the steroids. He was already a Hall of
There's
Famer.
no need for him to do this.
Sorry.
And they still will not put him in.
So
It's that big head.
well, from the writers too, for not putting him in. So
Other sports?
Other sports here. Who won the NBA championship?
06 would be. Hold on. Not Spurs. Oh, Heat.
Yes.
That was year one of Shaq, and he got screwed out of the MVP by that Canadian rat, Steve Nash.
Yes, the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal won that in 6. And who won the Stanley Cup?
I got to guess. Was it the Lightning?
No.
Or wait, no. That was the. Wait a minute. Rolly the goalie took the Oilers to the Cup final in 06, right?
Oilers were there, yes.
Okay, hold on. Who the hell did Dwayne Rollison, who the hell did they lose to?
Could it have been the Canes? They got hot in the mid-late.
Let's go to Kenny Cott.
You are so right. It is the
Nice
Hurricanes.
job, Kenny.
All right.
We put the pieces together.
Nowhere's
See?
a puck.
Hillbillies and Italians unite.
What a guess. And then the last thing I was going to mention here was
who won the college basketball championship?
No.
Florida.
No. Well, yes. But to start that year, we had one of the greatest Rose Bowl games ever.
Vince Young, USC.
Vince Young, USC. Yes, that was amazing.
Marvelous.
Well, and David, unfortunately, who passed away that year on Christmas Day?
Santa?
He died
All right,
first.
if you're pumped up for the big game, obviously it's one of the betting events of the year. FanDuel's got you covered.
He got stuck in the chimney.
It's very simple, but also
I don't know. That was
your
James
television
Brown,
setup,
wasn't it?
right?
It was
Like
James
betting and all
Brown.
the
Second
fun.
comment.
Only good if you got a good TV to watch it on. How about Paul?
Where is that
We've talked
audio?
about this
I
for a long time.
demanded
If you wanna
that
redo
interview
your whole
by
damn
James
setup,
Brown.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
They'll design it
That
top
he
to
died.
bottom.
I think he
You
just
want
finally
to
got
replace
buried
one
last
element of it, perhaps
And he's
a
still
sound
high.
bar. Cool. Go to paulsonsav.com. You can check all the pricing. Prices.
You got to play the
always
full clip at some point
going to
later
destroy
tonight.
the big box.
All
stores.
right, nice job,
But
David.
they have a design team from the system to the install to the product support. It's top to bottom. They're best in class. It's Paulson's Audio Video. They are your technology partner. Call them today at 248-553-4100. That's 248-553-4100. Or you can simply go to paulsonsav.com. That's paulsonsav.com. All right, big day. Tomorrow we're going to have some fun. Super Bowl, we'll have it all for you. Power rankings, stupid menu items, squares or no squares. TJ Lang's going to deliver us Max Crosby. It's going to be exciting. He blew his opportunity a couple of years ago.
So he's back on the clock.
Yeah, Thurman Merman's going to be in the house tomorrow, and he best deliver it. We're going to call Max live on the air. That's my goal. Oh. TJ's got his number. We should call him live.
Okay.
Just be like, Max, what's up? Please come home. David, text, and then we'll get to Rieger, who is still chewing it and doing it from last night.
We just did the 06 Blitz, and someone texted in and says, ironically, 06 was the year Barry Bonds' head surpassed the size of a beach ball.
Truth.
Also, 2006, someone says, I guess the dude that sang Had a Bad Day sang it on American Idol, and they had no idea who he was. That makes sense, because I don't think anybody knows who he is.
I didn't. You were like, oh, yeah, it's Bob Winters. I'm like, who?
Bob Winters. Oh, man. Regarding the Pistons, someone says, if the Pistons not watch what happened to the Tigers this past season, they're literally doing the same thing.
There's nothing I can do, man. This is just a town that likes the brake pedal more than the gas. Riggs, go ahead, buddy. You're sitting here. What do you want? You're spinning around in your chair.
No, I was just trying to figure out, so does Harris throw down the menu at the Coney?
Oh, yeah.
And leaves Trajan and Brad and Stevie?
He got his own table.
Just to go eat their Greek salad?
Mm-hmm. Got his own table.
I want to cross the street to actually like a non-Coney.
He's like, I'm dropping you losers. I'm going to go out here and make a move. And you three of you can all compare notes and draw pictures in your chili fries.
Right. They're texting him like, bro, we need to place the order.
Yeah.
Where are you?
He's like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm at Capitol Grill down the street.
It's about time.
Exactly. A little kava. What's going on, boys? Big day. I was watching Michigan State yesterday. I was enjoying that game, and then I'm sure I had the same response as you guys. Well, Framber Valdez, what?
I thought it was fake.
I did too.
I thought it was fake, so it took a little bit of time, and I'm like, Riegers, no, this isn't true. Jeff, you fell for the Yoki. No, that's wow.
Did I send that to you guys? I don't know. I don't even remember.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Okay.
I was just shocked.
I was not even drinking either.
I was shocked at the AAV, but then you make sense of it, the timing, the structure of the deal. I love the fact they lost the arbitration.
And still did
it.
Yeah.
Because I can take them serious now.
I agree with you. He's officially on the clock. Scott Harris finally makes his first big boy move of his tenure, and it's a good one. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, hey, you need offense. Well, I thought you guys made a great point. You should roll in this division, and you will understand what you need, and hopefully you're not going to have a deadline like you did last year.
And the best part, with likely no baseball in 27, I would want to offload some prospects because you know what happens when there's a strike? There are no minor leagues.
Right.
There is no development. You provide the daycare. Take them.
By the way,
I'll take the guy who's going to play for me.
Some of this Valdez contract, too, do they even have to pay him next year?
No.
There might not be baseball.
No, when players get locked out, the general understanding is they do not get their paycheck.
Right. And then he'll be an opt-out ability after that year.
Depending on what the economic situation of the sport is.
Correct.
Yeah,
Which I would assume he'll take his $38.3 million, but who the hell knows?
Yeah, because by that point, he'll be 33 this November.
Correct.
30, he'd be 34 making a decision. Yeah, I doubt anyone out there is giving 4 years to a 34-year-old.
I just hope, and listen, these are parts of him as well, like great ground ball pitcher, workhorse, leads the league in innings pitched so many times. Like, he'll go deep into games, everything Detroit wants, but his last 10 starts, he had a 6 ERA, and then somebody's got to ask him about what the hell happened with his catcher after giving up that grand slam. He threw at his catcher.
You know what happened.
Well, yeah, he was pissed.
Why do you think teammates pulled him aside before they entered the clubhouse that night? Yeah, I mean, look, it's a bad moment.
Yeah.
My fear with him.
I agree. It's not the end of the
world. I didn't do a bunch of this today because it's a good day.
It's a great day.
Look, he's still the type of guy. He's kind of like when John Lester used to let up a guy at first base. He'd melt down because he couldn't throw the ball over there. Framber, when something goes wrong, he doesn't do a good job at digging himself out of it.
Yeah.
Like, he freaks out. And he melted down against the Tigers in the wild card a couple of years ago.
He did.
That's his one MO that would scare me. But you know what? What Rieger said. He's going to give me damn near 200 innings. I'll figure it out.
In fact, his last outing against Detroit, he was woeful.
Gave up like 7 earned.
Yeah, kind of like Kenley Jansen. His last outing against Detroit, he was awful. And now both are Tigers. And listen, I'm happy both are here. This is great for the Tigers. It is. And good on Scott Harris. I'm very proud of the guy.
I'm sure he lives for your validation.
He does. I mean, he calls me all the time.
So that how long are you on tonight?
I wish I was on longer. Can we just not do the Pistons? They're going to beat Washington. I'll go till 10. I'm only on till 6:35.
This is what I mean.
What?
The Pistons like the NBA has such a problem.
Then they play again tomorrow when we're only on for like an hour.
Pistons might win. I wonder if there's a bet you could make online, like total points Pistons win these 2 games by. Set it like 54.5.
Probably could.
Is Anthony Davis playing today?
Who cares?
Is Herter playing today?
Yes.
He is. Okay.
He's available.
He's available.
He's available. All right.
Dennis is not, but he is.
Well, don't they have
my
to pay
God. What
Dennis?
will we do without Dennis Jenkins?
Yes, if he plays one more game, he's at 49.
Right. So, okay. Gotcha. So they're not playing him because they got to pay him?
They ought to offer him a max deal. Way this town rolls. Pay Dennis Jenkins $30 million a year. Such an effing love affair with these players.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't do it with this is role player town. I can't stand it.
They decided not to make another move. They didn't learn from the Tigers. We'll see if it comes back to haunt them. Hopefully not. It's not like any other team in the East made moves. Oh, yeah, they did.
No, they did, but look, they can still win it. It's just
I agree.
They didn't take the step forward the way the Tigers did to own it. The Tigers now should be prohibitive favorites to win this division. And if you do that, you're in the tourney. And baseball's as coin flippy as it gets, man. Unless you're playing the cheating Astros. Then the deck is stacked again.
Yeah. Curveball.
Okay.
That's what they did, right?
I know. I relive it all. All
Slider?
right. Yeah, Altuve taking Chapman deep. I know. Just
The little
stop.
buzzer on his chest.
Okay, you know what? Turn his microphone off. We'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Our Super Bowl spectacular, including the venerable Thurman Merman, a.k.a. TJ Lang, joining us tomorrow. See ya.